When you want to have a kid as you get older, how's that going to work? When you want to procreate, if you're age 100, are you still like good to go?
Yeah. So right now, my fertility markers are better than 99% of 20-year-olds. And so if you look
How do you control that?
So for example, I've been doing a sauna. So a few things. One is getting all the basics right, like sleep, that exercise. Yeah. I've been doing sauna. So a dry sauna, the sauna right over there.
Sauna's the best.
Dry sauna, 200 degrees Fahrenheit, and then you put ice on the boys. So if you
in the sauna,
yes, if you
wait. So walk me through that.
Yeah. So just get like a toxic-free, BPA-free, toxic-free ice pack.
Okay.
Put on cotton underwear.
Okay.
And cotton shorts.
And stuff it
in between your underwear and shorts, and get one or two. And so it's fine. You don't feel it, but keep them cool.
What do you mean you don't feel it?
It's not that ice. I mean, like you're 200 degrees, so like
probably feels kind of nice.
But isn't that kind of like cold plunge too, or is the cold plunge not cold enough?
So it could.
How long do you leave it in there?
The whole time. So I did an experiment when I did sauna without ice. So they were heated up as much as my body. It wrecked my fertility markers. So it wrecked it by 50%.
So when you're not in the sauna.
So without icing. When I did ice, my fertility markers boosted. They're now again like better than 99% of 20-year-olds. So yes, like in that case, like apparently a 48-year-old can be as fertile as a 20-year-old if done well. Now, how far can we extend that? We don't know. But hopefully new technologies would surface where we could get better.
So sauna without ice on your balls actually decreases your fertility rate?
Yes. So no man, even if you're not trying to have kids, no man should do sauna without ice.
On your balls?
Yes.
If you're trying to have kids?
No. Because there's never a situation where you want bad fertility markers, even if you're not trying to have kids, because it has negative feedback loops.
So wait, I'm sorry, ice is for kids and no ice?
So you always want ice.
Always want ice.
On your balls.
Always.
Okay.
Because if your fertility markers take a hit, it has a negative feedback loop in your body. So it's a bad signal for the body. You want to be robust always. Even if you're not trying to have kids, if you're done having kids, fine. You still want to have ice.
Does that like increase your testosterone too?
Has a whole bunch of hormonal feedback loops.
Oh God!
So always.
You have to bring a cooler to Equinox, bro.
This is gonna be a problem at public gyms, right?
Yeah. So you just talk to those guys. So I was actually talking to the CEO of Equinox the other day. I should tell him this. They should have a way for people to do this.
Like what system would that be? I mean, you kind of just got to do it yourself, right?
You can't put those back on a shelf or anything.
For sure, I know. Yeah, no, I'm with you. Yeah,
you gotta get your own. Everybody brings their own.
Maybe you just keep ice by the entrance, and you stuff your stuff, and then you go.
And how long are your sauna sessions?
20 minutes.
20 minutes. So you think cold plunging for like 6 minutes, does that kind of also give that same effect, or not really, because it's at different times?
Yeah, so it's a good question, and we don't know. Like, I don't know what my fertility markers improved dramatically. I don't know if it's because the sauna or because of the ice or both, but something made it. And then also the other thing I did on fertility is I lowered the amount of microplastics in my ejaculate by 87%. So microplastics are a major problem. We all consume a lot of microplastics. Microplastics get stored in the brain, in all the organs, in your blood. And so when I started doing this protocol, my microplastics in my semen lowered by 87%.
Wow.
And like it's a bad, like you don't want to have microplastics in your semen. It's not good.
No,
you want to have strong semen.
Good, yeah.
So this is like a first ever experiment. Nobody in the world had ever tested microplastics in blood and semen. So there was a few studies where people tested microplastics in semen. Every single sample had microplastics.
Wow.
Like every single sample. So our success was first in world demonstration to lower microplastics in the semen and blood at the same time.
That's interesting. Cold pack on your sack.
Yeah, how does stuff like that even cross your mind? Just like you just try something out and you're like, hey, this guy has to be beneficial.
This is why it's cost so much money, is I have a team, we just follow all the evidence. So we go out there and we say, like, what is known about this topic? What are the gaps? What can we test as a hypothesis? And we just measure, like our key thing is we measure everything. So people, like they're up until now, like no one's measured microplastics in their ejaculate. Who's doing that? Like there was a study in Iceland City, but like it's not a common thing. So we just do uncommon measurements, which allow us to have uncommon insights.